I am attorney Marie-Chris Bathan-Lasco. This is my virtual classroom. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this channel, I shall aim to simplify the law. I shall discuss concepts and principles of law in under 10 minutes. Hi again, everyone. In this video, let's look into the obligations of a partner in a partnership with respect to third persons. There are several provisions in your civil code dealing with obligations of your partners with respect to third persons, but for this video, let us focus on Articles 1816 and 1817. Let's begin. Article 1816 reads, all partners, including industrial ones, shall be liable pro rata with all their property and after all the partnership assets have been exhausted for the contracts which may be entered into in the name and for the account of the partnership under its signature and by a person authorized to act for the partnership. However, any partner may enter into a separate obligation to perform a partnership contract. Let's discuss that provision. Article 1816 of the Civil Code basically tells you that regardless of whether you are a capitalist partner or an industrial partner, you may still be made liable for partnership debts. Now you might ask, if a partnership is a person that is separate and distinct from the partners composing it, why then can the partners still be made liable for partnership debts? While your partners may still be made liable, remember that 1816 tells you that their liability, however, is joint and secondary or subsidiary. In other words, they may be made liable for partnership debts only after all the partnership assets have been exhausted. This provision of law was put in place to protect third persons who are dealing with the partnership. So if all the partnership assets are exhausted, that is the only time that the partners can be made liable to answer for any balance of partnership debt to third persons. Now you might also ask, isn't there an inconsistency in the law because Article 1797 actually excludes an industrial partner from any share of the losses? And here you have Article 1816 that tells you that whether you're a capitalist partner or an industrial partner, you may be made liable for partnership debts with respect to third persons. Is there any conflict in these two provisions? The answer is no. There is no conflict here. Article 1797 talks about loss. In other words, you take into consideration already the operations of the business. So, your industrial partner should not be burdened anymore by loss because he has already labored in vain. However, in Article 1816, this talks about the liability of the partners with respect to third persons. So even if the industrial partner may pay a partnership debt to a third person, that does not mean that he is now burdened with that loss, as he can actually recoup whatever he has paid to the third person from the other capitalist partners. So, in the end, he may have been made to pay a debt to a third person, but as among themselves, as among the partners, he cannot be burdened with a loss. In that same Article 1816, apart from this liability with respect to third persons, apart from it being subsidiary or secondary, that 1816 also tells you that this is pro rata among the partners. When we say pro rata, we do not look into the amount of capital contributions, as in fact we said an industrial partner who only gives his service or services to the partnership can even be made liable to third persons. When we talk about pro rata in this article, this refers to the number of partners in a partnership. Let me give you an example. For example, we have ABC partnership, composed of the partners A, B, and C. This ABC partnership contracted a debt with X, and the partnership borrowed, let's say, 1 million pesos from X. Now, when the debt became due and demandable, partnership assets were not enough to pay off that 1 million debt. Supposing partnership assets only amount to 100,000 pesos. So there is now a balance of 900,000 pesos. Now, Article 1816 says that the partners can be made liable only after partnership debts have been exhausted. So, let's say that 100,000 partnership assets have now been exhausted and paid to X, but there's still a balance of 900,000 pesos. Can X go after A, B, or C? Supposing that A and B are capitalist partners and C is an industrial partner? The answer is yes, because again, Article 1816 says that they shall be liable pro rata with all their property, but only after all the partnership assets have been exhausted. And in this example, we said that the partnership assets have been exhausted. So you still have a balance of 900,000. Also in 1816, it tells you that even industrial partners can be made liable. So going back to our example, you now have a balance of 900,000 pesos. Now 1816 says it must be pro rata. In other words, it is joint. So X can go after A, B, and C. Again, regardless of whether they are capitalist or an industrial partner. And they will be made liable pro rata with the 900,000 pesos. There are 3 of them, and so 900,000 divided by 3, that will be 300,000 each for A, for B, and for C. They will now have to pay X out of their personal properties. That is what is meant by Article 1816. Now let's look at Article 1817. It says, any stipulation against the liability laid down in the preceding article shall be void, except as among the partners. Again, this provision will clearly tell you that this was made to protect third persons who are dealing with the partnership. Your partnership or the partners in a partnership cannot agree that one or more of the partners will not be made liable with respect to third persons in case partnership debts are exhausted. Again, this is to protect third persons so that they can always get back or be paid with what the partnership may be owing to them. So, again, all partners, regardless of whether he is a capitalist or industrial partner, can be made liable to third persons. Any agreement to the contrary is void, except, of course, between and among them. Because, as we've mentioned earlier, your industrial partner is exempted from losses. So in our example earlier with A, B, and C, C, the industrial partner who was now made to pay his share of 300,000 to X, can actually get reimbursement from A and B. Because any stipulation exempting a partner from liability, although not exempted with respect to third persons, can be exempted between and among the partners. And that is why, C, your industrial partner, can actually be reimbursed by A and B in our example. So that's it for this video. That is your Article 1816 and 1817 of your Civil Code on one of the liabilities of your partners with respect to third persons. I hope you learned something from this video. If you have, please click like, subscribe, and that notification bell so that you will be notified of new video uploads. Thank you for watching. See you next time in MDL Classroom.